So it's our pleasure to have you here. And the Czech Garden, of course, is sort of the epicenter of your father's work. All the statues that you see here were created, with the exception of this one, but originally that was done by Frank Jirouch. Let me explain the Jirouch and Jirouch, as you said.
Yeah.
Just different in language. In Czech it would be Jirouch. In English people change it to Jirouch. I'll refer to him as Jirouch. It's easier for me. So all these statues and busts were created by him, among others, in these gardens. But this is the highest concentration. I just jotted down some that he did, so you will see that he did body of work right here in the garden, and then the following speaker will talk about his work elsewhere. But in the American garden, he did bust of Lincoln and Ward, John Hay, and Mark Twain. Now all those are missing, unfortunately, except for Mark Twain. That's existing and will be restored. A school, Hawkins School, adopted that garden. They're in the process of restoration, and they will be installing that bust hopefully this year. In a British garden, and we have Mary Hamlin from the British Garden. She's our Executive Secretary of the Federation. Bust of Shakespeare. And actually that bust started the whole process. When it was bicentennial or so of Shakespeare's death, and there was a bust of Shakespeare installed in this park. It wasn't Cultural Gardens, it was just a park. And with that, a lot of the other nations that comprised Cleveland, that built Cleveland, said, whoa, wait a minute, we too have important people in our culture that we would like to memorialize. And this whole idea of creating cultural gardens took off. So the Shakespeare Garden started out as the Shakespeare Garden, became British Garden, and again it was Frank Jirouch that did the bust of Shakespeare. The Czech Garden.
You got it right now.
I'll skip the Czech Garden because we'll talk about it later. Polish Garden, Madame Curie, and Copernicus. Now Madame Curie that you see there now has been reinstalled, so that statue is probably done by a more recent artist. I know it's done by a more recent artist, but originally he did that statue also. In a Rusin Garden, Dukhnovich, that will be reinstalled hopefully later this year. There are some busts in Slovenian Garden, in the Ukrainian Garden. There is Gruszewski, who was the first president of Ukraine, and Kemalinsky, who was a nationalist. There was a bust of Bach in the German garden that you saw. So there's body of work here in the cultural gardens. Of course, the Czech garden is most concentrated because he was of Czech ancestry. Czech, Bohemian, it kind of depends on who you talk to, but it's really you're talking about the same group of people. They kind of refer to the Bohemian kings. Then when it became a republic, it became a Czech nation, etc. So we have 4 busts and 2 statues. The most recent statue is that of T.G. Masaryk, who was the first founder and first president of Czechoslovakia. And as you read the inscription, Frank Jirouch dedicated his work and his artistic creation to his parents, who came from Czechoslovakia. And it's inscribed on the back of the statue. It's dedicated to Mary and Anton Jirouch. And it was his probably last piece that he produced. It was done in 1961, quite late in his career.